This actually, anyone familiar with this product? Some of you guys. So this is actually amazing. This is a great meal replacement. This basically encapsulates 10 different supplements. So this has your daily recommended intake of vitamins and minerals. It also has 60% of your daily recommended intake of fiber. It has a full serving of chlorella. Do we have chlorella here? No. It has a full serving of chlorella and a full serving of maca in here. It has digestive enzymes. It has probiotics. It has, it's loaded in everything that you need. It has your full spectrum of B vitamins, and just really, really nutrient dense. So this is kind of like your safety insurance policy. So if you do this, in the morning or in the afternoon as a snack, you know that you're getting all your daily recommended needs in terms of all your supplements and health that you need in a day. So you can just blend it up with, some fruit, like some hemp milk or some almond milk, have it for breakfast, have it as a snack, but it's a great meal replacement. And it's 26 grams of protein, and it's a plant-based source of protein, and it's about 35% raw plant-based protein. And so the difference between a plant-based protein and like a whey protein or soy protein, for example, plant-based proteins are very alkalizing. So on a pH scale, this plant-based protein is around 7.2. Which is more alkaline. Whey protein or soy protein is around 5, so it's more acidic. So our blood always has to maintain a pH of 7.4 for optimal health. If it's not a 7.4, basically we will die. So our body's always working so hard, like seriously, there's no other way of saying it, but you'll die. You will not live. So our body's always working so high to maintain a 7.4 blood pH. So the thing is, if we incorporate foods that are really acidic all the time, our body has to find ways to neutralize our blood pH. So it'll pull minerals from our cells and from our bones and all that kind of stuff to neutralize our blood pH. So if we're always pulling from our body, it's going to be detrimental to our health. And it will suck our energy and suppress our immune system, all this kind of stuff. So we want to add more alkalizing foods to our diet. The more alkalizing foods we add, it makes it easier for our body to function. So our body's working less hard just to maintain our blood pH. When our body's working less hard, we will have more energy to function. We will be more vibrant. We will have more vitality. So it's really important to add more alkalizing foods. Also, a thing that I didn't touch on that I want to touch on is water. One of the #1 causes of fatigue is dehydration. You should be drinking half your body weight in ounces in a day. If you're not drinking that, drink up. Because if there's even a slight amount of dehydration, what happens is our body's made up of water and our blood cells are made up of water. And what happens is if we're even mildly dehydrated, it's going to be harder, our blood will thicken and it'll be harder for our body our blood volume drops basically. And what happens is it's harder for our heart to pump and our lungs to pump and our body to function. So our body has to work harder just to maintain, everything. So again, if our body's working harder internally, it sucks our energy, our physical energy. So we want to make sure we incorporate water into our day. So any other questions?
What is the serving of chlorella recommended?
Around 2 to 5 grams a day.
So that's like a teaspoon?
I think it's about a teaspoon of chlorella.
Okay.
And I would start off small. I would start off with maybe 1 gram a day and then work your way up because it's detoxifying. If you eat clean all the time and you're always doing cleanses and all that kind of stuff, you might have no issues and you'll take it and you'll be fine. But unfortunately, the more toxic you are, the more detox symptoms you'll have. Also makes a great, so back to my Begatini. So the reason why I call it a Begatini was because I did a segment once for the Stephen and Chris show, and it was all on hangover remedies. It was over the holiday season. And so this is like my favorite hangover remedy because chlorella actually a Japanese study showed that those who supplement with chlorella before and after a night of drinking reduce their incidence of hangovers by 96%. I know.
Maybe the reason why I came here.
You learned something. One thing to take away. Yeah, it's actually really good. It's a really good hangover remedy. So what I have in here is I actually have coconut water. Now, coconut water is rich in electrolytes, so if you really want to prevent a hangover, killer hangover, is chlorella and coconut water. Because coconut water is rich in electrolytes, which actually, you're basically dehydrated if you're drinking too much, right? You lose precious minerals like potassium and magnesium and sodium. So this basically, it's really rich in your body's natural electrolytes. so it actually replenished that. We also added camu powder. Now camu is the richest source of vitamin C around. Like actually next to kakadu plum, it's the second richest source of vitamin C in the world. So it actually is a great superfruit. It's very tart tasting, but what vitamin C does is it's really good if you're stressed, because it really, I mean, a lot of your vitamin C is stored in your adrenal glands, and it's the first thing to be depleted. If you're not sleeping well and you're stressed, you're basically depleting vitamin C. Vitamin C is an amazing antioxidant, but what it does too is it actually helps to metabolize blood alcohol levels. So it'll actually break down and metabolize alcohol from your blood. So we added some camu powder to this. We have coconut water, camu, the Vega Whole Food Optimizer, which has the chlorella in here to help detoxify. It has protein and fiber to balance blood sugar levels. We also added blueberries, which are rich in antioxidants, and we added ginger. Now ginger is great for, I always say, for room spins. So if you're feeling not nauseated, or you have an upset stomach, or the room is spinning for some odd reason, ginger is kind of your key. So we added ginger to that as well. And so you can just blend it up and you have a great hangover remedy. And if you know what, you can add some vodka to it and have a little cocktail. You know, might as well cleanse at the same time. So I'll just re-blend this a little bit.
So when you say room spins, you mean the same as vertigo?
No, it's more if you're nauseated, more from like a stomach point of view, like if you drink too much, or if you have an upset stomach, not necessarily vertigo.
So it won't do anything for vertigo?
No,
okay.
Ginger won't help with that. It's more for digestive upset. Yeah, and it's a great anti-inflammatory, so it'll actually reduce inflammation in your body. It'll reduce, inflammation in your intestinal system. Really good to cleanse your digestive system. But yeah, it's great healing properties. Any questions? Any other questions? No?
Sorry. There we go.
Chlorella.
Chlorella,
yes.
Does it come in tabs?
Yes, it comes in tabs. It comes in tabs and powder. I prefer the tabs because it's the easiest to carry with you. So if you need an energy boost in the afternoon, or sometimes you have like I need sugar or coffee. If you take chlorella, it'll knock your cravings because it's rich in protein, so it'll actually balance blood sugar levels, and it'll actually knock your cravings and it'll boost energy. So you can take it. Tabs are the best.
It's best to take it in the morning with your vitamins?
Yes, take it in the morning with your vitamins. It's a food grade supplement. Maca, everything I talked about are food grade supplements. You can take it with or without food. Don't take chlorella too close to bed because it can keep you up. Yeah.
So what about Maca? Like, where can you get it? Here.
Maca, they sell it here. There's Macasure, and what's great, and actually we have, they're sampling Macasure chocolate. Macasure is probably one of the best sources of maca you can get. Reason being is because it's a root vegetable. Why Macasure is really great, that brand, is they actually take out, maca is really rich in starch. And what they actually do, there's a gelatinization process. There's not gelatin added, it's just this process that they use to actually pull out the starch from the maca to increase the bioavailability and absorption. If there's too much starch still in the maca root, like if you were to take a maca root that hasn't been gelatinized, your body won't absorb most of it because it will be so, your body won't be able to absorb it. But this is a gelatinized, so they basically took the maca root, took out the starch from it, and it's really potent and it has a high concentration of all the nutrients. So it's really nutrient dense. So I have it's more pricey. You can find some maca for $10. Like I have a client that's like, I recommended this, and they came back with this like other bag of maca that was like $10. I'm like, you should have kept the $10 in your pocket or did something else with it because your body's not going to absorb most of it.